All right, so for the Winter Proxy, this is the car that I'm going to build. It's the Jeff Gordon DuPont Monte Carlo, number 24. This is going to be a challenge for me because now I got to really get my paints correct. I got the decal sheet here. I looked at the instructions here, and you know, they talk about the different paint colors. I've got the paints on order. So the semi-gloss black, the fluorescent red, and then there was a metallic blue. Yeah, a metallic blue on the doors. So I got the paints on order. So when they come in, I can begin taking care of the body. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full interior or the tray. But without taking everything apart, this is the kit right here. So I will get that started soon. I've got a I think this is the 1/25th scale, 1/24th. Let's see, does it say on the side? It doesn't say. Let's see which ones these are. Okay, here's a 1/25th. I believe that one's also a 1/25th. I have and a 1/32. Oh, there's another 1/25th. All right, well, maybe I have 3 1/25 kits. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'll use the proper kit, and we can start building a model. So anyways, there you go. That's my model for the January showdown. Okay, so to continue along with my winter showdown car, again, I'm building the Monte Carlo. I'm going to use the showdown chassis kit. Here's all the parts. Looks very well put together here, very well organized. But I just want to look at the wheels and not so much the tires. I want to see the wheels because I took one of the inserts off the sprue here for the model, and I just want to see how it's going to fit into the wheel. Hopefully I don't have to do any sanding. It should just slip in. Ah, there it is. Beautiful. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to start by building the chassis. Whoops. All right. So anyways, like I said, I'm going to start by building the chassis, and we'll go from there. So let me get all the parts out here that I need for the chassis assembly, and we'll get started. There we go. Now I see the solder. Now it went around. There we go. All right, let's do the other side. I'm sure I'm going to get my head in the way. There we go. I could just see it. Nice. Okay, so let me get the bushings. Let's get the other side. Okay, let's let that cool down. We'll take a look at it. Ouch. Yeah, we'll be smart this time. Grab a needle nose. Okay, so I do see thin solder at the bottom of the bracket. Both sides. The bushings. Okay, so that's done. So I'll bring you back when I'm ready for the next step. Well, I forgot to mount the motor in prior to soldering the axle holder on. Now I can't get the screws in there until I end up cutting this. So to kind of straighten everything out, I've got the tongue up here. It's the same width as the motor bracket. So this way I know this is the two bars are parallel. And I'm just going to use this plate just to hold them down. Nothing is moved. And now I'm going to solder on the rails to the motor bracket. So let me get my iron up to temp. And that'll be the next thing. I mean, I don't know how much longer I got to hold it there, but wow, that's flowing good now. Maybe that's it. All right, maybe I wasn't holding it there long enough. Let's do this again. All right. That seems to be flowing nice. Let's just see if it goes all the way through. All right. Well, we'll see what that does. All right, this time I got it. I don't know if you can see that, but there is just a little bit of silver on the bottoms of both these rails. So I got it this time. So there you go. So we got that set. Now I got to see what the next step is. And our parallel is good because our guide tongue just fits in, which is obviously the same width as the motor bracket. So that's good. Just a little grab. Perfect. All right. So there we go. I forgot to turn the camera on, but for the last few minutes I've been soldering on the guide tongue. So it just have a little silver showing through on the back side, so that's good. This side looks like crap, but that's okay. Anyways, yep, so now the next thing I got to do is get the front axle set. So I will set that up, and I'll try to remember to turn the camera on. Anyway, so I'm trying to line up the front axle. I've got the body and everything kind of looks good to me right now. I'm just trying to line this up as best I can. And once I get this side, then I'll pin the others and then we'll measure them for distance. But right now, let me take you off the stand here and show you what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at the spacing of the back tire, making sure that's sitting at the top of the wheel well. The front tire looks like, or front wheel looks like it is also centered in the wheel well. So I think that spacing looks good. So I'm going to measure that and then I'll duplicate that on the other side. So give me a moment. Okay, so I'm going to take my piano wire, I'm going to cut them in half. Let's see, approximately 15, so we'll go 7.5. Approximately right there. And I say approximate because there's going to be leftover. So I don't have to be quite exact, but oops, there's that one. And that one. Okay. Alrighty, and we'll give these all a bend of about that size. Got to go a little bit more than that. Okay, that looks good. So let's get 4 bends in there. There's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I will bring you back when I am ready to start soldering. Okay, so I think I'm ready to solder the first one on. I am going to put a little flux on here. And like George said, I'm just going to tack it. There we go. Got the nice sizzle. Okay. There's one. And we'll do this side. All right, so now I just need to solder this. How are we going to do this? Hang on a second. Yeah, this is the last opportunity to make any adjustments left and right in case I moved it. So now it's looking good. Now I'm ready to solder. All right, so let me turn my iron back up again. I think I'm going to solder it like this. right. All right, I hope you guys can see this. All right, here we go. All right, there's one side. And all right, there's the other side. Cool. So now I can go in and complete the solder joint along here. My soldering still isn't great, but it's getting better. And you know, it's a source of pride because I used to be a plumber in my early 20s. And you know, but I soldered with a torch back then, not an iron. So it's kind of a thing of pride, but not really. I can get over it. So that's done. We'll let that cool off and then we'll take a look at it. Make sure there's no wobble. If there is, I'll have to resolder it. So let it cool down. I'm not going to touch it, and I'll bring you back when I take the pins out and test it. Okay, so looking at the chassis, it looks good. All four wheels are on the ground. I don't know how I can show that to you, but yeah, all four wheels are on the ground. No rocking and rolling. It is good to go. I'm just going to trim off these and we'll see. Let's see how it fits around the body. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let me trim those off and I'll show you. All right, so there we go. The front axle is on. These are just sitting. But let's see the spacing on the body. There's the rear and the front. So I think we're good. And obviously, you know, it's too wide right now, but I will take care of that later. But yeah, so far so good. All right, let's see what's next.